This is TWiT.
The U.S. Supreme Court just upheld a contentious Texas law. You know where I'm going with this.
I do. We talked about it extensively on Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah. It requires proactive age verification before accessing pornographic content on the internet. And as I've noted before, this is fundamentally different from mom and dad setting the dates of birth into Johnny's and Sally's phones so that they'll be able to use Facebook. This is mommy and daddy needing to prove their own ages to some of the websites they have every legal right to visit. This is made tricky by the fact that at the moment, we have no technology for providing anonymous age verification. And the challenge of providing unspoofable anonymous age verification remains an unsolved problem. Wired's coverage of this had the headline, U.S. Supreme Court upholds Texas porn ID law. And the subhead is, in a 6-3 decision, the Supreme Court held that age verification for explicit sites is constitutional. In a dissent, Justice Elena Kagan warned it burdens adults and ignores First Amendment precedent. The first 4 paragraphs of Wired's extensive coverage I want to share because you get the gist of everything. They said, if you try to access Pornhub, one of the world's biggest websites, from any of 17 U.S. states, you'll be blocked. Pornhub's parent company, Alo Holdings, has restricted access in response to a slew of laws that says Pornhub itself should be responsible for checking that every visitor is over 18. Now, the United States Supreme Court has made a decision on a key age verification law, which could have ramifications for the entire country and the wider internet as a whole. On Friday, in a 6-3 decision that could reshape the landscape of online privacy and free speech, the Supreme Court upheld in full the Texas age verification law, one of the first passed in the country, requiring many websites publishing pornographic content to check that all visitors are over 18. The law, Texas HB 1181, says sites that are, quote, more than 1/3 sexual material, unquote, can face fines of up to $10,000 per day if they don't put in place age verification systems, plus extra penalties of up to $250,000. It also states websites should display health warnings about the potential health risks of pornography. Writing for the majority, Justice Clarence Thomas said that because the law, quote, simply requires proof of age to access content that is obscene to minors, it does not directly regulate adults' protected speech, unquote, adding, quote, adults have no First Amendment right to avoid age verification, unquote. In her dissent, Justice Elena Kagan argued that the Texas law imposes a direct and unconstitutional burden on adults' access to protected speech. Quote, writing, quote, a state may not care much about safeguarding adults' access to sexually explicit speech. A state may even prefer to curtail those materials for everyone, she wrote. But the First Amendment protects those sexually explicit materials for every adult, unquote.
Hey, it's Leo Laporte. I hope you've enjoyed this little snippet from Security Now. If you want the whole show, you can get it at our website, twit.tv/SN. Of course, you can subscribe to Security Now on your favorite podcast, or just click one of the links below.
Security Now.